booties for black girl nerds.
Thank you for your time. What a great time to
Well,
actually talk about Killing It and what it represents and how we are in the Thanksgiving season, a time of indulgence. And but before we talk about all that and that connection, what you cooking? You know, you'll have people believing you over there making pizza for Thanksgiving.
I'm going
What you
to
make?
take like some dessert to a friend's house and eat whatever they have.
I heard that. I heard that. Well, I thank you for your time. This is a good time for folks to catch up on Killing It and what it represents and pursuit of the American dream and time for this American holiday. What makes Killing It a great binge-worthy show for families to watch while they're together during this holiday weekend, holiday week?
You know, it's a relatable concept. It's capitalism. It's struggle trying to get the American dream, and then there's so much. This guy turns into so many roadblocks. So it's really about overcoming and just trying to figure out what to do while you make it up as you go,
Mhm.
kind of thing.
When you were a young guy and kind of trying to figure out your path, did you have an idea of what you thought the American dream was and what you wanted to achieve?
I never like put it into American dream context,
Mhm.
but I definitely had some vision as to what I wanted to achieve, and just didn't know how to get to it. But because it seemed impossible, insurmountable even. But I didn't. I was too naive to pay attention to that part of it. So my naivete kind of helped me in my career situation.
Mhm. Now being on this side of it, looking back to those early thoughts, what do you think has been the biggest like life lesson that you've learned along the way and you could impart that wisdom to that younger self?
That no one can do what you're called to do. Like no one can do your story, so you have something to offer that's special and unique, and you have to tap into that.
Mhm. Working with your terrific cast that you have surrounded you, it's a great cast over on Killing It. What are your when you look at the three people that you filmed the most with, what is your favorite thing about filming with each of those people?
So I guess you could talk about Rel, Claudia, and maybe Ronnie Lamont,
Yeah. Well, Rel and Claudia for sure.
Tim Heidecker. Um, my favorite thing about Rel is what is like watching his growth and growing with him and being able to like when we were in New Orleans and like knowing he works as hard as I work, we'd be in New Orleans, and let's say we were out at a one night we were at a club. It was like doing comedy and all this, and then it was late night. We had an early morning, and I was about to drop him off, and I was like, "Let's run these lines," and he was down for it. And Claudia's the same way. We all we'll get on a Zoom and try to figure these scenes out before shooting. So it's all everybody's invested. Uh, and then Rail, I call him Denzrel. I call him Denzrel because
Yes.
he took us on a journey, man. He was crying and everything, even the first season. And then Claudia is just like so unique, and her timing is impeccable, and she's so well aware of who she is comedically, and it's so much fun to work with, and we have a blast. And then, like I was saying, I think Tim might be the third one who I work with most, who was just I was watching his scenes the other day, and he just cracks me up. You know how like to be this, how nice he is in real life, and then how he has to be this character, Randy LaMarca. So I think it's the investment of all of them, and in just the the love of the game that we all share.
Mhm. From being in front of the camera, and you've done acted as a producer on projects and things before, what is the plans going forward? Are you stepping into a producer role? Have you directed any episodes of Killing It, or is
I,
that like a task you want to take on?
I've been thinking about it. We've talked about a couple things. We'll see. First we got to see if we get renewed, if that happens. But I am a producer on this one, so that my producer hat is growing with each episode. And but as far as directing, I don't know. I mean, that's an art unto itself. So I kind of study directors, and a lot of times on the office and stuff, we would study. I would kind of study and not follow too harsh, but they seems like they don't get to sleep, the directors. So that's one thing is before everybody, after everybody, planning the next and all that. So it's a lot that goes into it, and I gotta see if I'm up to the task.
Both have their unique gifts that you need, whether a director, producer, actor, comedian. What poses the toughest challenge for you as when you're behind the camera? You're very comfortable in front of the camera and have excelled at that for many, many years. So what is the most challenging part of the when you have your producer hat on?
Um, there's so many different avenues you have to go down as a producer. But I guess the toughest for me is figuring out casting, figuring out which obviously I'm not the casting director, but it's like trying to figure out who can go where and do what. And then sometimes you might have to try to lean on people to get a role to join your project. So that's for me, that's what it's been.
I talked to a couple casting directors recently for a different project, and they shared some stories with me about literally chasing people down to try to get them, didn't know if they could act or not, but they just had the right look for the particular project. Have you ever had to chase anybody down and like, please, please, baby, baby, please, please be in my project, please? Have you had
I,
to go through that yet?
oh yeah, for sure. And a couple of things I've produced, and they were like, no, no. So yeah, I've seen that happen, and it's not easy. So I have to learn how to flip that part of my producer game to get people to say yes, because a couple of times it was a couple of big things. I was like, okay, well, forget it.
Mhm. Yeah, it seems like a fun thing to kind of watch people go by and think they would be good in this, but convincing somebody to do it is a
And
whole
then not only that, you get somebody in there that you really are pulling for, and then they might tank the meeting or audition or whatever. And so it's a tangled web we weave.
You are a busy, busy guy. I feel like if I turn on my TV, I'm going to see you. If I turn on the internet, I'm going to see you, whether it be memes, whether it be people pulling out scenes from past projects, from Killing
Pizza
It.
Hut.
Man, Pizza Hut is not playing with you. I feel like that's why I said, are you bringing pizza to the Thanksgiving dinner?
I could. I most certainly could. Maybe I will do that. That'll be cool. We just walk in with some pizza.
Can we get the Craig Robinson X Pizza Hut collab special Thanksgiving pizza? What would be the special Thanksgiving collab pizza? What would it look like?
Oh, it would be meat lovers plus turkey, and maybe some mac and cheese around the edges.
Hmm. Maybe you can
It
make the
would
crust out of the mac and cheese.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Bam.
Okay, wait, scratch that. I'm gonna take that out the interview. Let me hit up Pizza Hut. We're gonna make the pizza out of the mac and cheese with turkey. And you know how people have these debates about Canadian bacon and pineapple on their pizza. So instead of pineapple, you could put a little bit of like cranberry sauce or something like it.
Oh, so you know your way around what's going on in the kitchen.
I
Are you
love it
doing
good.
all this and everything else?
You know, little Salt Bay action,
All
a bit like
right.
that. So as the year come to a close, thankfully Hollywood is getting back into work mode. You know, we've had a lot of time off away to the strike. Strikes are meant to be disruptive. Did you have any type of internal thoughts or things that you worked on during this time, things that you sketched out or planning, or what did you do during this time that
I've
Hollywood was off on vacation?
I've been working at mastering my craft of comedy. So I've been hitting the stages nightly in Hollywood and surrounding areas, and going on the road a little bit here and there. But it's probably almost every night. If there was, 2 months, 60 days, I might have missed 1 or 2 nights. So I've been going hard, uh, doing comedy. So that's my thing.
When you go when you go full in at that level and working every night, do you at this point, do you even have any jokes that don't make it? I'm trying to visualize the ones that didn't make it. Are there any that you want to share that you're like, probably shouldn't have. I wish that one didn't quite land the way I would have liked to, that people have seen, so that we're not spoiling any material that you've written
Well,
that you want to use.
I won't put you through trying to do a joke right now, but yes, there are plenty but that's the fun about going up every night is is rediscovering, like, when I got into the game, like how constructing a joke and watching it start here and then be like, oh, I didn't even see it was going here, and then editing and being like, oh well, that was way too long. This is just a quick punch here. So that's what I've been, just re-falling in love with the art of comedy.
Mhm. And lastly, fine tuning the art of comedy, touring, there's a lot of people still tour, people do all sorts of things to present their craft to the world. What would the ideal comedic kind of event look like to you? Would it be a solo tour or with one person opening, more of a Kings of Comedy approach where you would collaborate with other comedians? What would like an ideal vision look like for you?
Well, I love performing in the comedy clubs. I like a nice, intimate, 300 or so people, something where I can control the lighting and all that. But I also love doing big festivals and things like that. So I guess it'll be a combination of both, so I get a taste over here and then take my band and do a festival and then come back and then just, be able to, just like I said, the intimacy is what I crave when it comes to comedy. Because it's like, it's right there and I can control it.
Well, just put it in the middle of like a Coachella. Just put like a wall of it so it can be like perceived intimacy. And if you're not in those three inside those walls for the 300, you just can't go.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Make it exclusive.
Okay, Pizza Hut, sponsored by Pizza Hut. Let's go. Well, Craig, it is a pleasure. I enjoy Killing It. I can relate to what the Killing It journey is like for our characters. I appreciate your time. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. And when Pizza Hut makes the Thanksgiving Craig special, I'm gonna get one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, you brought it up, so we'll see. But thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Thank you to your watchers, listeners, Black girl nerds. I appreciate you all. Y'all take care.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Bye-bye.
Better shake your booties for Black girl nerds. better shake your booties for black girl nerve.